Hello, rare gems. Ever wonder what makes certain women stand out, not because they're seeking attention, but because their presence is simply undeniable? These are Sigma females, women with a unique set of hidden gifts that set them apart. As the saying goes, the best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. This captures the essence of a Sigma female perfectly. Her true power lies beneath the surface, in qualities that aren't always visible, but have a profound impact. Today, let's uncover these extraordinary traits. We'll explore how these women leverage their hidden gifts to navigate life with a blend of intellect, creativity, and strategic thinking that truly sets them apart. These hidden gifts are what make Sigma females remarkable, and by understanding them, we can all learn to appreciate and harness the unique strengths within ourselves. So, without further ado, let's dive into the hidden gifts every Sigma female is born with. Number 1. Pattern recognition. A Sigma female's ability to recognize patterns is like having a superpower for seeing the hidden layers of life. While others are stuck trying to solve the same problems, she's already 10 steps ahead, connecting dots that no one else even knew existed. She's the type who can predict the ending of a movie within the first 15 minutes, not because she's seen it before, but because she intuitively understands the underlying themes and tropes at play. In everyday life, this skill translates to a kind of social clairvoyance. She can read a room faster than a seasoned poker player, picking up on the tiniest cues that signal shifts in mood or intention. Office politics? Child's play. She knows who's really in control, who's about to get promoted, and who's one bad day away from quitting, all before anyone else has a clue. Her brain is like a finely tuned radar, constantly scanning and interpreting data from every interaction and experience. It's not just about noticing patterns. It's about understanding what they mean and how to use them to her advantage. She can spot trends emerging in her industry, adapt before anyone else, and ride the wave of success while her competitors are still figuring out what happened. But it's not all serious business. Her pattern recognition makes her unbeatable at games like chess, or even something as simple as Tetris, where she can foresee the game's next moves and plan accordingly. Ever tried playing Spot the Difference with her? Good luck. She'll find every hidden object and inconsistency faster than you can say Sigma female. Even in conversations, she's a step ahead. While you're still processing what was just said, she's already mapped out all possible responses and chosen the perfect one. It's like having a social GPS that reroutes in real time, ensuring she always stays on the optimal path. Number 2. Unshakable intensity. A Sigma female's unshakable intensity is like having laser focus combined with the energy of 1,000 suns. When she sets her sights on a goal, she becomes a force of nature. Her intensity is palpable. You can almost feel the air crackle when she walks into a room. It's not just passion, it's an all-consuming fire that drives her forward. This intensity often makes her the go-to person for getting things done. Got a project that's falling apart? Hand it over to her, and she'll whip it into shape faster than you can say deadline. People might joke that she's powered by caffeine and sheer willpower, but the truth is, her drive comes from a deep well of inner strength and determination. When it comes to hobbies or interests, she dives in head first. Whether it's learning a new language, mastering a musical instrument, or training for a marathon, she's all in. And she won't just dabble. She'll immerse herself until she's achieved a level of proficiency that leaves others in awe. Her dedication is both inspiring and a little intimidating. Her intensity also means she doesn't do anything halfway. If she's working late, she's really working late, often losing track of time because she's so engrossed in what she's doing. Her friends might have to remind her to take a break, eat, or, sleep. But even then, she'll probably brush it off with a just 5 more minutes, which everyone knows translates to at least another hour. This unshakable intensity can sometimes make her seem a bit intense, because she is. But it's also what makes her incredibly effective and reliable. Need someone to spearhead a new initiative? She's your person. Facing a crisis? She's the one you want in your corner. Her drive ensures that she doesn't just meet expectations, she shatters them. So while her intensity might be a bit overwhelming at times, it's also what makes her exceptional. She's the one who turns dreams into reality, ideas into action, and potential into success. And if that means occasionally scaring off the faint-hearted, well, that's just a small price to pay for being a powerhouse. Number 3, desire for greatness. A Sigma. Females' desire for greatness isn't about chasing fame or basking in the spotlight. It's an internal drive, like a personal mission to be the best version of herself. She's not interested in being compared to others. Her competition is with herself and her own potential. This desire for greatness shows in every aspect of her life. At work, she's always looking for ways to improve. She's constantly learning new skills, seeking out challenges, and pushing herself beyond her comfort zone. She's the colleague who's not satisfied with just meeting the deadline. She wants to exceed expectations and deliver something truly remarkable. She'll stay late, do the extra research, and refine her work until it's nothing short of excellent. In her personal life, this drive translates into a quest for self-improvement. Whether it's mastering a new hobby, training for a marathon, or learning a new language, she's always striving to better herself. She doesn't just settle for good enough. If she's cooking dinner, it's not just any meal, it's a gourmet experience. If she's decorating her home, it's not just cozy, it's a stylish haven straight out of a magazine. Her relationships benefit from this desire for greatness too. She's the friend who always shows up, the one who goes above and beyond to support her loved ones. She remembers your favorite things, plans the perfect surprises, and gives thoughtful advice. Her dedication to being the best version of herself means she brings her A-game to every interaction, making those around her feel valued and appreciated. This internal drive isn't without its humorous moments. She might turn a simple backyard barbecue into a culinary showcase, complete with artisanal cheeses and a homemade marinade that took 3 days to perfect. Close pals might tease her for going overboard, but they also know that when she's involved, things are going to be spectacular. Her pursuit of greatness also means she's incredibly resilient. When she encounters setbacks, she doesn't give up or settle for mediocrity. Instead, she analyzes what went wrong, learns from the experience, and comes back stronger. Her failures are just stepping stones on her path to success, each one making her more determined and capable. Even in her downtime, her desire for greatness shines through. She's not just watching TV. She's catching up on documentaries or reading thought-provoking books. She's not just exercising, she's training for a personal best. Her vacations aren't just relaxing, they're filled with new experiences and adventures that broaden her horizons. Her desire for greatness is what makes her a powerhouse. She's driven by an inner fire that pushes her to achieve and excel in everything she does. While it might lead to some over-the-top moments and a few laughs, it's also what makes her an inspiring and remarkable individual. She's constantly raising the bar, not just for herself, but for those around her, making the world a little bit better and a lot more interesting. Number 4, hyper-analytical brain. A Sigma female's hyper-analytical brain is like having a high-powered computer constantly running diagnostics on everything around her. She doesn't just look at a problem, she dissects it, breaks it down into its smallest components, and examines each one with the precision of a scientist and the curiosity of a detective. Her mind works in overdrive, analyzing data, spotting inconsistencies, and predicting outcomes with startling accuracy. Give her a puzzle, and she'll not only solve it, but also figure out 5 different ways to improve the design. Ask her to review a report, and she'll catch every typo, logical flaw, and missing comma, often leaving the author both impressed and slightly terrified. In meetings, she's the one who can pinpoint exactly where a plan might go wrong and propose a dozen better alternatives before anyone else has even grasped the initial concept. Her colleagues might joke that she has a built-in BS detector because she can see through fluff and get straight to the heart of any issue. If there's a loophole, she'll find it. If there's a flaw in the argument, she'll expose it. Her hyper-analytical nature extends to everyday life, too. Planning a vacation? She's already done a cost-benefit analysis of every possible destination, calculated the optimal travel routes, and created a spreadsheet of activities ranked by both enjoyment and educational value. Buying a new gadget? She's read all the reviews, compared features, and probably identified the best time of year to get the highest discount. Even her hobbies aren't immune to her analytical prowess. If she takes up gardening, she won't just plant flowers, she'll research soil composition, plant biology, and optimal watering schedules. Her garden will look like it belongs in a botanical magazine because she's figured out the science behind every bloom. Her analytical skills make her the go-to person for advice because you know she's already considered every angle. Thinking about switching careers? She'll give you a pros and cons list, a risk assessment, and a 5-year plan that makes you wonder why she isn't running a life coaching empire. But it's not all spreadsheets and strategy. Her analytical brain has a sense of humor too. She can turn a mundane observation into a witty remark by breaking down the absurdity of everyday situations. Her friends love her for her sharp wit and the way she can deconstruct a bad movie plot or a poorly written book with surgical precision, turning it into an entertaining critique. Number 5. Calculated empathy. A Sigma female's calculated empathy is like having a finely tuned emotional radar that can detect and respond to feelings with precision. She doesn't just sympathize with you. She navigates the emotional landscape strategically to offer support where it will have the most impact. It's empathy with a game plan, and she's playing 4D chess while everyone else is still figuring out the rules of checkers. When she senses someone is upset, she doesn't just give generic advice. She considers the person's emotional state, the context of the situation, and the best possible way to help. Need a shoulder to cry on? She's there with tissues and a comforting presence. Need a swift kick in the pants to get back on track? She'll deliver that too with a motivational speech that's equal parts tough love and heartfelt encouragement. In the workplace, her calculated empathy makes her a master of team dynamics. She knows when to push someone to achieve their potential and when to give them space to regroup. She can navigate office politics with ease, understanding the unspoken emotions that drive decisions and using that insight to build strong collaborative teams. If there's tension, she's the one who can diffuse it with a well-timed joke or a carefully chosen word of support. Her empathy isn't about being a pushover or letting others take advantage of her. It's about understanding people so well that she can influence and inspire them effectively. She knows that sometimes the most compassionate thing you can do is tell someone the hard truth, and she's not afraid to do it. But she'll do it in a way that's constructive and respectful, ensuring that the message is heard without causing unnecessary hurt. In her personal life, her calculated empathy makes her the friend everyone turns to in times of need. She can read between the lines of a text message and show up with exactly what you didn't know you needed, whether it's a listening ear, a tub of ice cream, or a reality check. Her friends know that she'll always be there with the perfect mix of support and honest advice. Even in casual interactions, her empathy shines through. She can make a barista's day with a genuine compliment or diffuse a tense situation with a stranger by simply acknowledging their frustration and offering a kind word. Her empathy isn't just about feeling for others, it's about making those feelings count, turning emotional insights into meaningful actions. Number 6. Intense curiosity. A Sigma. Females' intense curiosity is like having a personal Google search engine that never shuts down. Her mind is always buzzing with questions about everything and anything. After watching a movie, she'll dive into a rabbit hole, exploring the historical accuracy of the costumes, the director's background, and even the life cycle of the insects featured in a single scene. Her curiosity isn't just broad, it's deep. She doesn't just want to know what happens, she wants to understand why it happens and how it works. Give her a gadget, and she won't rest until she's figured out all its functions, taken it apart, and maybe even reassembled it with some upgrades. Ask her a question, and she'll give you an answer complete with footnotes and a bibliography. This insatiable curiosity makes her a walking encyclopedia on a million random topics. Need to know the history of cheese making? She's got you covered. Want to understand quantum mechanics in layman's terms? She can explain it, probably with some quirky analogies involving cats and toast. Her curiosity often leads her into the most unexpected places. One moment she's reading about ancient Egyptian embalming practices, and the next she's experimenting with DIY mummification techniques on a chicken leg, don't ask. She's the friend who drags you to obscure museums, underground music shows, and weirdly specific conventions because she's genuinely fascinated by everything the world has to offer. Socially, this curiosity makes her an excellent conversationalist. She asks questions that make people feel seen and interesting, delving into their hobbies and passions with genuine enthusiasm. She's not interested in surface-level chatter. She wants to know what makes you tick. And don't be surprised if she follows up weeks later with an article or book recommendation related to your last conversation. Her curiosity also makes her fearless in the face of the unknown. Where others might shy away from new experiences, she dives in headfirst, eager to learn and explore. Skydiving? Sure, let's analyze the physics of free fall first. Exotic cuisine? She'll not only try it, but also learn how to cook it, probably better than the restaurant that served it. Her unquenchable thirst for knowledge makes her a force to be reckoned with. She's not just a passive observer of life, she's an active participant, constantly seeking to expand her understanding and experience. And while her curiosity might lead to some strange and unexpected adventures, it's also what makes her fascinating and extraordinary. Number 7. Obsessive nature. A Sigma female's obsessive nature is like having a turbocharged engine that never runs out of fuel. When she gets interested in something, she doesn't just dip her toes in, she cannonballs into the deep end and keeps swimming until she's explored every inch of the pool. Her obsessions aren't fleeting interests. They're all-consuming passions that drive her to achieve mastery. This obsessive drive can be seen in her hobbies and pursuits. If she decides to take up woodworking, you can bet she'll soon know every tool, technique, and type of wood out there. Her home will be filled with handcrafted furniture, intricate carvings, and probably a custom-built coffee table for her living room. She's not satisfied with just learning the basics. She needs to understand the craft inside and out, often turning herself into an expert along the way. At work, this obsession with perfection makes her the ultimate project manager. She dives into the details with a level of scrutiny that would make a detective proud. Every aspect of the task is meticulously planned, every potential problem anticipated, and every resource optimized. She's the one who stays late to triple-check everything, ensuring that the final product is flawless. Her colleagues might roll their eyes at her intense focus, but they also know they can rely on her to deliver nothing but the best. Her personal relationships also benefit from this obsessive attention to detail. She remembers birthdays, anniversaries, and even the most obscure preferences of her friends and family. Did someone mention they liked a specific type of coffee 6 months ago? She'll surprise them with a bag of it on a random Tuesday just because she remembers and wants to make them happy. Her loved ones feel incredibly special because they know she genuinely cares and pays attention to the little things. But her obsessive nature isn't without its quirks. She might get so caught up in researching the perfect recipe for barbecue ribs that she spends hours reading about the history of grilling. Her friends might laugh at her ability to go on a deep dive into the most mundane topics, but they also appreciate the passion and dedication she brings to everything she does. Even her free time is filled with purpose. While others might relax with a casual TV show, she's binge-watching documentaries on obscure historical events or taking online courses to learn new skills. Her idea of a fun weekend might involve reorganizing her entire garage by tool type and size, or perfecting her sourdough bread recipe down to the exact minute of fermentation. Her obsessive nature might seem overwhelming to some, but it's also what makes her incredibly effective and dependable. She doesn't do anything halfway, she's all in, all the time. This relentless pursuit of excellence means that whatever she sets her mind to, she accomplishes with remarkable thoroughness and precision. And while it might lead to some humorous moments of extreme focus, it's also what makes her truly exceptional. Number 8. Creative abilities, one of the unique hidden gifts every Sigma male is born with. A Sigma female's creative abilities are like a never-ending fountain of originality and innovation. She doesn't just think outside the box, she reinvents the box, paints it neon, and adds some glitter for good measure. Her creativity isn't limited to traditional arts and crafts. It permeates every aspect of her life, from solving complex problems at work to figuring out the most efficient way to rearrange her kitchen. When it comes to brainstorming, she's the one who comes up with ideas that make everyone else go, "Why didn't I think of that?" Her mind is a kaleidoscope of possibilities, constantly spinning and generating new combinations. Whether she's designing a marketing campaign, planning an event, or just figuring out a clever hack to make her day run smoother, her creativity shines through. She has a knack for seeing connections where others see only chaos. While her colleagues might be stuck in a rut recycling the same old solutions, she's busy weaving together insights from different fields to create something entirely new. Need a fresh perspective on a stale problem? Ask her. She'll come up with an idea that's so ingenious you'll wonder if she has a secret handbook of brilliance. In her personal life, this creativity manifests in delightful ways. Her home is a reflection of her eclectic taste, filled with unique pieces and DIY projects that make you feel like you've stepped into a Pinterest board come to life. Her parties are legendary, not just for the fun, but for the inventive themes and unexpected touches that leave guests talking about them for months. Her approach to challenges is equally creative. Where others see obstacles, she sees opportunities for innovation. If she's faced with a tight budget, she won't just cut corners. She'll find a way to make it work without compromising on quality. If something's broken, she won't just fix it. She'll improve it, often finding a way to make it better than before. Even her humor is creative. She's the one who can turn a mundane situation into a hilarious story, using her quick wit and sharp observations. Conversations with her are never boring because she has a way of injecting humor and creativity into even the most ordinary topics. Her creativity makes her a standout in any crowd. She's the one who turns dreams into reality, transforming the mundane into the extraordinary. And in a world that often feels predictable, her endless stream of innovative ideas is a breath of fresh air, making life a lot more interesting and exciting for everyone around her. Make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss out on our engaging explorations and in-depth looks at intriguing subjects. Be part of our community of curious thinkers, and let's continue this journey together. Thanks, Rare Gems, for watching. See you in the next video. Bye for now, and God bless.